Hello students. So in this video we will study a very important property of the set of real numbers, which is the known as the completeness property. So it guarantees the existence of least upper bound for a bounded above set in the set of real numbers. So the statement goes this way: every non-empty subset of R that is bounded above has the least upper bound in R. Okay, so this property is a very fundamental property of the real number system. So whenever we have a bounded above set in R, we can say that it will have the least upper bound inside R, right? So the set of real numbers with the field properties, the order property and the completeness property is said to be a complete ordered field. Okay, so a real number is nothing but an element of a complete ordered field. Okay, so this property is also known as the LUB property, that is the least upper bound property, and the analogous property for greatest lower bound is every non-empty subset of R that is bounded below has the greatest lower bound in R, right? So an important result that follows from least upper bound property of R is this, that is known as the Archimedean property of real numbers. So given any x inside R, there exists an nx inside natural numbers such that nx is greater than x. That means given any real number, we can always find a natural number which is greater than x. This is basically the Archimedean property. So let us try to prove it. Let x belongs to R be any point. So to the contrary, we suppose that the statement is incorrect, right? That means there is no such natural number which is greater than x. That means what? Every natural number is less than or equal to x, right? So suppose that every natural number is less than or equal to x, n less than or equal to x for every n inside natural number. Then n is a bounded above set which is bounded above by x. So by the least upper bound property or completeness property, n has the least upper bound, right, in R. So we name that least upper bound as u. Okay, so since u is the least upper bound, u minus 1 cannot be an upper bound of n, right? So it cannot be an upper bound. That means there is an element inside n which is greater than u minus 1. In the last video we had discussed. So there exists a natural number n such that n is strictly greater than u minus 1. But this will imply that n plus 1 is greater than u. So we get n plus 1 greater than u. But what is n plus 1? N plus 1 is a natural number because n is also a natural number, right? So n plus 1 is a natural number. So we get a natural number which is greater than u. But this contradicts the fact that u is the upper bound. U is an upper bound of n, right? Upper bound means every natural number should be less than or equal to u. But here we end up with a natural number which is greater than u. That means it contradicts the fact that u is an upper bound of n. Hence our assumption 1 was wrong. Okay, what was wrong? This was wrong. N less than or equal to x for every n belongs to natural number. This was wrong. That means what is true? There exists an nx belongs to n such that nx is strictly greater than x. Okay, so we have used the symbol suffix nx to represent the fact that this natural number depends on the choice of x. Suppose I take x as 2.5, so nx can be taken as 3, 4, 5. So the choice of nx depends on the choice of x, right? So Archimedean property of R equivalently says that n is unbounded. That is, n cannot have an upper bound. That is what it says. If we observe it carefully, we started with the fact that or with the assumption that let x is an upper bound of n. N less than or equal to x for every n belongs to natural number. That means x is an upper bound, and we arrived at a contradiction. That means Archimedean property actually says that the set of natural numbers cannot have an upper bound, right? So the equivalent thing about the equivalent statement for Archimedean property can be n is not bounded above, right? Another equivalent way we can represent the Archimedean property is this: if epsilon is greater than 0, then there exists an epsilon in the set of natural numbers such that 1 by n is less than epsilon. 1 by n epsilon is less than epsilon. N epsilon is the notation n epsilon is used to represent the fact that this choice of the natural number depends on epsilon, right? So let epsilon greater than 0 be given. So since it is greater than 0, 1 by epsilon is a real number, right? So by Archimedean property, there exists n epsilon belongs to natural number such that n epsilon is strictly greater than 1 by epsilon. Okay. So this 1 by epsilon is acting like x of the Archimedean property. So n epsilon is greater than 1 by epsilon. If we just reverse the inequality, if we just take the reciprocal, the inequality will get reversed. So 1 by n epsilon is strictly less than epsilon. Okay, so this is the proof. Another corollary or another way of stating the Archimedean property, if a and b belongs to R with a greater than 0, then there exists a natural number such that n times a is strictly greater than b. Okay, this is another well-known form of Archimedean property. So we can prove it very easily. Let a and b belongs to R and a greater than 0, then b by a is an element of R, right? And by Archimedean property, there exists a natural number n such that n is strictly greater than b by a, right? And then so we can multiply both sides by a because a is greater than 0, so na is strictly greater than b. Okay, so this is another equivalent form. Another form we can say, if x is greater than 0, then there exists nx belongs to natural number such that x lies between nx minus 1 and nx. Okay, so let x greater than 0 be given. You consider the set of all those natural numbers which are greater than x. So by Archimedean property, this set is a non-empty set because Archimedean property guarantees the existence of a natural number which is greater than x. Okay, so by Archimedean property, this is a non-empty set of positive integers. And in the earlier semester, we had done what is well-ordering principle. Every non-empty set of positive integers has a least member. Okay, so by well-ordering principle, a has a least member. So say nx. Suppose nx is the least member of x. So thus nx is greater than x, strictly greater than x by the Archimedean property. By the definition of the set A. So nx is strictly greater than x. Also, since nx is the least element of A, so nx minus 1 is not an element inside A. That means nx minus 1 does not satisfy that property. Nx minus 1 greater than x, it is not satisfied. That means what? Nx minus 1 has to be less than or equal to x. Thus nx minus 1 is less than or equal to x and less than nx. So corollaries 1, 2, 3 are also referred to as Archimedean property. Next, let us see this exercise. Show that the infimum of the set 1 by n, that is the set of all 1 by n such that n belongs to natural number, is 0. Okay. So how we can use Archimedean property to show this. So let a equal to 1 by n, the set of 1 by n such that n belongs to natural number. So we have 1 by n is strictly greater than 0 for every n belongs to natural number. So 1 is a lower bound of a, and let epsilon greater than 0 be given. Then by Archimedean property, there exists a natural number such that 1 by n is less than epsilon. So that is 1 by n is less than 0 plus epsilon. But what is 1 by n? It is an element inside a. Okay, so if we recall the definition of infimum that I had given in the earlier video, 0 will be an infimum if the first condition is 0 is a lower bound, and the second condition is anything greater than 0 is not a lower bound. So that is 0 plus epsilon is not a lower bound for every epsilon. Okay, and that is what exactly we have shown, that given any epsilon, we can find an element inside A which is strictly less than 0 plus epsilon. That means 0 plus epsilon is not a lower bound of this set. Hence, by definition of infimum of S is 0. Okay, so a similar problem, show that the supremum of the collection 1 minus 1 by n such that n belongs to natural number is 1. Okay, so let A equal to this set. So we have 1 minus 1 by n less than or equal to 1. Actually, it is strictly less than 1 for every n belongs to natural number. So that is every element of A is less than or equal to 1. So 1 is an upper bound of this set, no doubt about this. Let epsilon greater than 0 be given. Then by Archimedean property, we can find out a natural number n such that 1 by n is less than epsilon. Okay. So multiply both sides by -1. So -1 by n is less than greater than minus epsilon. So 1 minus, add 1 to both sides. 1 minus 1 by n is greater than 1 minus epsilon. But 1 minus 1 by n is what? It is an element inside the set A. That means ultimately I have got an element x equal to 1 minus 1 by n inside A, which is strictly greater than 1 minus epsilon. Okay, so that is what I have written. We see that for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists an x equal to 1 minus 1 by n inside A, such that x is strictly greater than 1 minus epsilon. Okay, and hence by definition of supremum of A is 1. Okay. Another simple exercise that let u be an upper bound of A, and if u belongs to A, show that u is actually the least upper bound of A. That means if an upper bound of a set belongs to that set, then that upper bound is nothing but the least upper bound. Okay. So this is very simple. Given u is an upper bound of A, so let epsilon greater than 0 be given. Then since u is an element inside A, so the element u of A satisfies this property also. U is always strictly greater than u minus epsilon for any epsilon. Okay, because u minus epsilon is a number which is less than epsilon. Okay, so we have gotten element inside A which is strictly greater than u minus epsilon. That means u minus epsilon cannot be a upper bound. Okay, hence by definition of supremum, u is the least upper bound of A. So whenever the upper bound of a set belongs to that set, that upper bound is the least upper bound. Similarly, if L is the lower bound of a set A and L belongs to A, then L has to be the greatest lower bound. Okay, so these two problems we have done. So in the next video we will do some more properties of this least upper bound, greatest lower bound, and in the subsequent videos we will discuss about countability, uncountability of sets, and that will end our first unit. Thank you.